police post-graduation, celebrating culture, and praising philanthropy. All of this and more as the Stafford Weekly News starts now. Welcome to the Friday, March 7th edition of the Stafford Weekly News. I'm Randall Williams. 4 new candidates for the Stafford Police Department graduated last week, and we met with Police Chief Ramirez to find out what's ahead for them.
It's an exciting time here at the Stafford Police Department as we welcome 4 new police officer candidates to the department. On February the 27th at 2 p.m., our 4 cadets will graduate from the University of Houston Regional Law Enforcement Academy in downtown Houston. That's after completing 739 hours of training to achieve their basic law enforcement certification and prepare them for licensing by the Stafford Police Department. Once they join us here at the Stafford Police Department, their training doesn't stop. They will then go through an additional 280 hours of classroom training, which is about 7 weeks here at the Stafford Police Department to learn our policies and procedures, update them on any required courses that are required by TCOL, and provide them with the training that they need to effectively go out and learn their job as police officers for this community. Once they complete that training, they then move out into the field where they'll ride with a field training officer. They'll do that for approximately 588 hours to complete that training. That is hands-on, live training. They'll be responding to calls. They'll be making traffic stops, they'll be making arrests. Anything that a regular officer will be doing, they will be doing also. However, they'll have a field training officer with them to ensure that things are properly done, policies are properly followed, and things are safely done. Once they complete that 588 hours, then they'll go through an additional 2 weeks of what is called ghost phase. They will still have a training officer with them. However, the training officer is merely an observer to ensure that the officer grasps and understands everything that he needs to do or she needs to do in order to be a patrol officer here at the Stafford Police Department. A lot of training is involved from start to finish when we do a cadet program. And we're just thrilled that we have these 4 that are graduating again on the 27th of February at 2 p.m. in downtown Houston.
February 20th through the 26th was Severe Weather Awareness Week in Texas. So, we met with Stafford Emergency Management Director Larry DiCamillo to talk about the weather. Did you know the National Weather Service recently had its Severe Weather Awareness Week in Texas?
Right. Where we are in our part of the country, geographically speaking, anybody can have a tornado outbreak, as they call them, because very rarely will you see a tornado. It's usually a series of tornadoes. You have to get up in north of Dallas for really to start to hit that area, Kansas, Oklahoma, to where they're very, very prevalent. While they can happen, it's exceedingly rare that we do have here. What we are susceptible to is what a lot of the rest of the country is not. which is as we start to migrate closer to summer, those pop-up thunderstorms that occur when you have the heating of the day combined with the moisture coming off the Gulf that coincides about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. That's when we have historically the tax day floods, things like that. Those were all afternoon pop-ups that were not predicted. And so you wind up having a lot of torrential downpours in a very short period of time. And in the Houston metro area, there's so much impervious ground cover in the way of concrete that it really meets the textbook definition of flooding, or some people will tell you flash flooding, which is more of a dry riverbed type of flooding. And so we caution people to always just maintain situational awareness, know what's going on around them. Everybody watches the news in some method now, whether it be social media, whether it be on the phone, whatnot. Just during the course of your day, just see what's going on around you and see what's out there for the next 72 hours. As we get to summertime, obviously, while it may not be a direct weather effect or tidal, but our region, unfortunately, we have exceedingly high temperatures and high humidity from around May on through September and October sometimes. And so we just ask people to bear in mind, get your air conditioner systems checked early. Make sure that your coolants, the coolant in your vehicle is up to par and everything else, because it may seem insignificant, but that's also coinciding with hurricane season. And so the last thing we want to do is have people leave the area but not have the means to do it because their vehicles are unreliable and they haven't been checked, or to be stuck at home in a shelter-in-place situation and not be able to, barring not losing power, not be able to have a climate-controlled environment to stay in while the roads are impassable, while certain infrastructure is limited. Specific to high wind events or hurricanes, I'd just like to remind everybody that everybody wants to get everything cleaned up in the yard quickly, but one thing that it's starting to become a common occurrence, not necessarily in our area, but in the region, there's a lot more cases of electrocutions where power lines are down and people automatically assume that they're de-energized, when in reality, if you understood how the power grid works, oftentimes they are not. And so we caution everybody, if you see a line down, treat it as though it's a live electrical line. Don't make the assumption that it's a cable television or a telephone line. And even those, in some cases, carry very low voltage, but voltage nonetheless. And so we just caution people to be exceedingly conscious of, not moving lines around that are down on the ground after a weather event or a weather event. Also, when it's very common in our area that when we do have flooding, you see a lot of people in the streets. That's not a good idea when manhole covers will oftentimes be dislodged. And there's been documented cases throughout the country, lots of them, of people being swept away after they step through and fall into a manhole cover or opening. And then the next thing you know, they're within the confines of the storm drain beneath the street, and then they're swept out and lost. So extremely conscientious of watch where you walk, especially in high water. Avoid any kind of power line or what could possibly be power lines that are down. Even if they're on your house, call the fire department, stay away from it. That's why we're here.
For Stafford Weekly News, this is Randall Williams. Powerful partnerships next. Another Black History Month is in the books, but let's look at how the youngest among us celebrated.
Today we celebrate Black History Month here at the ECC in Stafford, Texas. The children put on an outstanding performance, and it's very cultural and beneficial for these children to understand the cultural significance of this particular month, celebrating African American history and the contributions to this country. As a parent, I appreciate the staff here putting this show together. It was an excellent, well-prepared display of information for the children. We hope they continue to do it. It's very vital that these children continue to learn the history of people in this country, not just African Americans, but everybody in this country. And the staff here, I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to impart this wisdom into the children. Thank you.
Today at Stafford Early Childhood Center, we had our annual Black History program, and this year's theme was Celebrating Black Excellence. And we did it in an awards show format where our students represented the historical figures that we were celebrating. And we partnered with STEM Academy. They had their STEP team come. We highlighted HBCUs. We had Mr. Jonathan Lajas here with Remix Edutainment. And it was just a blast for all that came. It was also a pleasure honoring our very own Dr. LaKenya Perry Allen with the Science and Technology Award. We honored Dr. Bostic with the Living Legend Award, and our very own trustee Joyce Wilkins with the Image Award for Service. The parents enjoy seeing their little ones come up and do tributes to Michael Jackson. We had Miss Davis's class that did a performance to Beyonce, who runs the world. And again, it was just a great opportunity to reach out to the community. We had parents involved, we had district personnel here, and we just enjoy highlighting the impact and contributions of African Americans, and specifically now, in the current climate, it's very important that we continue to highlight diversity and various cultures and their contributions so that our students understand and know that we value everyone and everyone's impact is important. I definitely want to thank all of the staff members that collaborated to put on this program. There was a lot of behind the scenes work with writing scripts, creating decorations, practicing and rehearsing. Our very own Ms. LaToya Davis was the director, and Ms. Reiser is the chair of the Multicultural Committee. So I definitely want to thank them, Mr. Vaughn, our music teacher, and again, just everyone that helped make this program what it was. And as we said during the program, Black history is not only about the past, it's about what we do today to make the world a better place.
There were big doings at HCC this week as a partnership was signed between the college and the Fort Bend Chamber of Commerce to further workforce training.
Yeah, we're out at our Missouri City campus in Fort Bend County to celebrate the signing of an agreement between HCC and the Fort Bend Chamber, specifically for a Higher Education Coordinating Board TRUE grant. That's the Texas Reskilling and Upskilling in Education grant. This is exactly what this grant program is supposed to do. Well, specifically, we're going to train up to 300 network and cybersecurity students with the funds from the grant. Then the Chamber is going to use their membership to find them jobs. So, I mean, this is exactly what we want to see. Students getting trained and then they get jobs.
Well, we're here today on a gorgeous day. It's finally stopped raining to make an historic announcement, which is the Fort Bend Chamber of Commerce was awarded a $600,000 grant. It's the Reskilling and Upskilling through Education grant. And we have a commitment with the Houston Community College to award them $200,000 for workforce development, which is tremendous. A+, network A+, and some other things like that that are industry certified recognitions that when the students achieve this, they can take that and they can work anywhere. So it's more than just an announcement and a commitment to award the funds. It's an investment in our community. And when our community succeeds, we all succeed. When our young people succeed, we all succeed.
Well, this is all about economic development, and so, you know, workforce is one of the biggest priorities that we have at the Fort Bend Chamber. And so receiving this grant and being able to put this money into the community and into these students, there's no better win than that. We've been partners with HCC for decades and in so many numerous ways. And we're just incredibly pleased to be able to work with HCC on this grant And like I said, it's the first time that a Chamber of Commerce has received a grant of this size.
HCC has been a huge part of education in Fort Bend County. They have agreements with Fort Bend Independent School District. A lot of times our high school seniors that are enrolled in dual programs with HCC graduate with an associate's degree, a 2-year degree from HCC before they graduate from high school. And they're halfway there and they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So it's critical today for the students to have advanced degrees and technical skills that help them get good paying jobs, that allow them to get married, buy a house, raise a family, and contribute to the public welfare. And we're really proud to be a part of that. The Fort Bend Chamber is a 5-star accredited Chamber of Commerce, and we represent over 1,000 business organizations in Fort Bend County that employs 5,000 people, and actually there's 250,000 people employed in the businesses that the Fort Bend Chamber of Commerce serves. And HCC is a big part of that. It helps to continue the growth, vitality, and the flourishing of our county.
I'll tell you that the market for these occupations, I was looking this morning, 9,948 unique job postings in our region. So there's a high demand for these workers.
To have HCC as a partner has been a blessing because HCC has been through this before. They've been helping to guide us on how we're implementing the grant, and so it couldn't be a better partnership. And we're very pleased to say that we will continue applying for these grants for the years to come.
Senior Showcase, next. We told you the story of a local business donating badly needed mattresses to the Stafford Fire Department. Well, they were recognized by the City Council, and we got to have a few words. We told you about the donation of 18 mattresses to the fire department to replace their 15-year-old ones. And on March 5th, City Council recognized that donor.
I'm a spiritual counselor certified. I do counseling for youth, individual who has domestic violence issues or school bullying or personal depression or suicidal thoughts or just issues that they have at home. And I'm a counselor who provide hopefully the encouragement and give them some advices so their life will be better, so they can move on and to have a better life. I opened my office at 2019, so that's about almost 6 years. And then it's very interesting, when I opened up in 2019, and then when COVID hits, everything shut down. So I was kind of worried because my business is new, so I was thinking if I could even survive. But luckily, I survived. But during the COVID of 2020, I know many people will be suffering too, and probably can't even afford counseling fees. So I decided to open up 5 free counseling per month, just for that year when pandemic hits. And because of that, I think I remember Mayor Cecil, he also presented me as the Community Hero Award, and I was surprised because I didn't expect that. I just want to do something for the community. And the business is in Stafford, so I thought maybe I should give back. Even though it's a small company, you know, something small from my heart, you know, something what I can do to support the city of Stafford. But I really want to appreciate the city that firefighters, it's very special to me. And then when I visited the place, you know, you see the facility, you see the bed, you see the condition. And I feel like, hey, you know, if they can sleep better, if they can eat better, because they're our hero in the community, and it's something I can do for them to be comfortable 24 hours a day. A mattress, a new place, a new mattress they can sleep on, so they can work. But I really appreciate their job because it's dangerous, because they might lose their life or get injured. So it's a gratitude from myself to Stafford City to give me this opportunity, because I'm sure Alice King can tell anybody else. But with that conversation that day, So I guess it's a chance for me to do something good, to pay back, to give my gratitude back to the city of Stafford, since I'm a businesswoman here. So I really appreciate that I have a chance to do that, and I'm here today. I'm very excited. This is the first time I'm in the office, see how mayors and councilwomen works, and then they work really hard. But again, for the firefighters, I'm really happy I can do something for them, since they are the hero of our community.
For Stafford Weekly News, this is Randall Williams. There are a lot of services available to our senior citizens, so many that it can be daunting. Fortunately, there is a regular event at the Stafford Center that brings many together in one place.
Hi, we're here at the Stafford Center, 50 plus health, fitness and lifestyle, and so much more. The purpose of this expo that I brought together is to connect the community with health vendors, financial advisors, travel, home services, handyman, anything and everything to help people that are 50 and older to have a better longevity experience of life. Next one's in October. It's been a fabulous turnout. We have 60 vendors here, all different types of businesses and organizations. The purpose of this expo is to bring the businesses in Fort Bend together, diversification of the businesses to help the elderly, those that are 50 and older, to become aware of issues, to expand their life experiences and a healthier lifestyle.
Hi, it's a beautiful day here in Stafford. We're at the 50 Plus Expo here at the Stafford Center, and we're having a great opportunity to meet new vendors and get resources for folks that are in their 50s and going into over 60, 70, 80, even 90-year-olds. So many great partners that are part of the group here. You know, really everything from, you know, financial services to all the healthcare services, insurance, helping to explain what's going on and what the future might hold for people. And it's really an opportunity for not just those of us who are 50 plus, but anybody that has parents that are 50 plus to come and find those resources. So we encourage you, to come into Stafford and find out what all exists for, folks as they get into their golden years and even younger. So we appreciate the opportunity to be here in Stafford, and really it's been a great expo.
So I'm from Fort Bend Rheumatology, and we are here at the 50 Plus Expo in Stafford, Texas. I wanted to give you some information about what we do at Fort Bend Rheumatology. So I'm a doctor, I'm a rheumatologist specifically, and what I see is joint pain in arthritis of different kinds and osteoporosis as well. So as we get older, many times we have joint pain in our different joints. Some patients even get it at an earlier age. And if you've been someone that you are suffering from pain every day in your joints and you are not sure what's going on, I think it might be time to see your local rheumatologist. And we could really help diagnose what is going on and then treat you so that you don't have so much pain.
That's a wrap on our news for this week. Thank you for joining us. For everyone here at Stafford Weekly News, I'm Randall Williams. May all your news be good news. This program was produced on the Stafford campus of Houston Community College.